Hello everyone. Today in this video we'll be talking about contract formation and administration thereof. So what are the effective elements for contract administration? One, and the first one is communication. Remember, for a contract administration effectiveness, if there are some lacunae available in the communication part, this contract administration will not be absolutely fine. So, yes, clearly state out what success looks like, clearly spell out the objectives, clearly mention what you are expecting out of the goals. Effective written communication is the milestone for contract administration. Track milestone and conduct regularly scheduled performance reviews. Timely identification of performance problem is what we are looking around it. Immediate written responses. Yes, we need to have any clarification, any doubt, any question that might arise should never be left unanswered. And that is how an effective communication will play a vital role in contract administration. The definition, first and foremost, contract administration is nothing but management of all actions after the award of contract that must be taken to assure compliances with the contract. Now, that is what contract administration is all about, the management of all actions after the award of the contract. Contract management is an all activity that occurs in contracting process, thereby objective of contract. Let's talk the management part and the administrative part. Management part is satisfying the requirement, the need, that want that the company has it, seeing to it that you have solicited the goods and services by outlining the statement of work, or should I say the summary of observation, SOW, statement of work, SOO, summary of organization, through the following phases. Planning phases, identifying your stakeholder, your small, medium enterprises, the statement of work or summary of organization development, and sign off. Procurement phase is all about sourcing, evaluation. We are talking about negotiation with your contractor. We are talking about contract development phases, as on when on basis that comes around it. We have to say everything that comes. And last but not the least would be your execution part, as the case might be. So, negotiation and BAFO is best and final offer that comes around it. This all pertains to the management part. We talk about the administration. In the administration part, you have your key goals that has been already been made clear to you. You can see what you receive as the goods and services as per the contract is required, what level and optimization needs to be done, ensuring compliance with every T and C's, terms and conditions, ensuring timely delivery. A product or a service that meets all specification isn't of much value if it receives too late or to be useful. Protecting financial interest includes monitoring payment, reviewing cost, ensuring goods are in compliance before the payment has been made altogether. Contract management planning phases, identify stakeholders, how we go across with it. All areas, all stakeholders impacted, be it facilities, be it tech services, IT, information technology, accounting, human resources, warehouses, inventory. Everybody should be identified and their needs to be taken care of. Who are the decision maker? Who are the policy makers? Who define success? The statement of work, SOW, or the statement of organization development needs to be taken care of every now and then. So, what we do about it, we have to say everything that comes around. The statement of objectives development, who will lead it, who are the decision makers, establish deliverables, elements of evaluation, the performance standard, the technical requirements. We talk about every nitty gritty things, including the schedule, including the finishing dates, including the payment dates and the reporting dates, thereby before signing off. The management procurement phase, the contract management procurement phase is the most important phase where the contract has been executed in the full steam. Sourcing is all about e-procurement solution, past bids, other entities, leverage association. Solicitation is all the Q&As, the question and answer that arises and that needs to be fulfilled. This is nothing but an opportunity for you to engage your stakeholders, evaluate them, determine their responsiveness, find how comfortable are they, evaluate submittals against SOW and SO requirements and objective, reverse traceability matrix, identify what you are not getting, confirm what you are getting, compare best solutions and pricing, best and final offer, BAFO, and the negotiation. Engage them. Absolutely. Come to a common ground of understanding before awarding them. Awarding the contract. So pre-award meeting, meet everybody, the stakeholder, the vendors, their teams, their team members, their objectives, and how do you go across with it. All negotiations are complete, exception to the terms and condition. Deliverables has to be understood as in what are the grand objectives, the timelines, the functionalities, the finances, the money involved into it, payment schedule, signatory authority, who has the power, who has the right, who has the authority at the end of the day, reviewed by all relevant parties and not necessarily only by the sales team. So the execution phase is where the vendor's signature prior to the award and after award is determined by the entity. Entity should never ever sign prior to the governing body's approval, because once signed it becomes legally enforceable. So until and unless you have the requisite approval, please don't go ahead and don't get excited and jump the gun. Contract administration establish the deliverables. This comes from statement of work or the statement of objectives, as the case might be. Performance standards or what is acceptable. Technical requirements, commodities, services, due dates, report due dates, payment schedule, due dates for progress payments, consequences for failures to meet the dates or perform satisfactorily. Contract administration, these are outlined is your contract via statement of work, via statement of objective, which are nothing but are milestone that needs to be tracked upon. Monitor contract performances, contain cost, meet schedules, scheduled and unscheduled inspection, confirm work performance, compliances, contract violation and discrepancies, documents in writing, maintain records, corrective actions, take it, the cures, the prevention that can be taken care of. If there any modification, there should be rooms for it. Contract modification and probably received and duly intimated on a timely basis. Contract modification, change orders and price changes, and close out as on when on basis. So let's talk about changes. Now, who would and why would contract change? There are assumption why contract change, because circumstances might change. There might be, let's say, there might be unnatural calamities or even man-made calamities, for example, a war. So there can happen, and circumstances changes. The purchases might change. The contract has to change. The initial specification of the statement of work may be found inadequate or not tenable at all. Poor performances may require actions to get the contract back on schedule, assess damages, or even terminate the contract. Administrative remedies due to inappropriate contract management as on when on basis that needs to be understood, implemented then and there. So what can be done to limit contract changes? Right, effective and accurate statement of objective, or should I say the statement of work, as the case might be. Inadequate defining the needs, almost guaranteed there would be problems in the contract administration. Inadequate defining, so get your things done, get your things in order. Unsatisfactory performance, delays in delivery, disputes on both the parties' obligations, quality of products, quality of service provided ultimately leads to nothing but a bad taste in the mouth. That should not happen. Select applicable provisions, payment terms and terminologies, schedules thereby, and go ahead with it. Basic procedure is to start a contract administration file and include everything into that file, including the original contract. project management plan, PMP, changes, orders, contract changes, contract amendment, memos outlining the justification. If there are changes, why did it happen? So, show cause, the cure notice, the approval from the competent authority, correspondence notes on phone, email, Skype conversation, any required reports and sign off, minutes of any meeting, inspection, audits, quality assurance check as the case might be. Timely identification of problems is a paramount to avoid the schedule delays, the delivery requirements, poor quality. First indicators of problem. Let's say percentage of progress, payment needs percentage of performance completion, delayed response to correspondent, supplier request for delays, no visible progress, absolutely empty promises as on when on basis. A contractor must be clearly held accountable for their non-performances. Yes, you should crucify if their things are not going as per the plans. They must be informed on the time the deficiency occurs. This will put on a legible course as this time a cure notice should be sent along with the show cause and probably if required termination procedures as on when on basis. The closeout, the contract closeout, everything that is received and accepted, you should sign it. Everything that has been delivered and accepted should be mentioned in the report. Every administration action accomplished should be acknowledged. All customer supplied equipment and materials returned, warranties and maintenance plans received, as built received, final payments has to be done as on when on basis. Contract administration team may consist the following individuals: purchasing managers, agents, project managers, technical expert, legal counseling, end users, as the case might be. We need to implement, we need to acknowledge how to go about with the contract administration team as and when on basis. Purchasing agent managers or the project managers responsible for coordinating the activities of different team members. Main responsibility is managing the business relations, making sure the terms and conditions are adhered to by everyone involved. All the parties who are part to it has to ensure that the TNCs are adhered to. Authority for authorizations for recommending actions that reflect in a formal business relationship. We need to have them understand the requirement for the statement of work, understand the specification that is mentioned under the statement of work. Focal point is on correspondence, communication, and clarity. Ensure everything that has been done is been recorded in writing as well. The team roles, the sponsors department representative, technical expert responsible for technical oversight of the contracts, identify requirement. This is a sponsor's roles which everybody, all the stakeholders are to be involved with. Legal counsel responsible for reviewing bids, change orders, contract resolution, sole source, items and drawing up of contract and change order, varies by entity. End users, vendor performance reviews, online receipt, contract administration, and identifying requirement then and there as on when on the basis. So as a team member, what are the roles? See, I'll tell you the roles before we wind up this presentation altogether. First is the monitor contract performances. Contain cost, meet deadlines, schedule unscheduled inspections, sudden surprise inspection, confirm work performed, compliances as per the regulatory authority, as per the mentioned in the contract awards, contract violation and discrepancies, notify them and intimate your vendor, your contract awardees. Document everything, the good things, the bad things, the ugly things in writing. Maintain record of it. Corrective actions, cures needs to be intimated time and again. Contract modification receives in a timely manner. Contract modifications as on when on basis, change orders, price changes, close out, and this is what we are looking forward to. With this, I come to an end of this presentation. Thank you for watching this video till the very end.